Fighting for the World Series of Fighting has been a great opportunity for me. It's something that I've been looking forward to my whole career, is getting with the promotion that's taking the steps that World Series is trying to take, and really go global with what they're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, is reach out to as many people, as many fans as I can. And also working for Ray Sefo, who's a former fighter. He knows what this game is about. He knows how tough us fighters have it, and I trust that he's always going to be looking out for us fighters, and that's something that makes me confident in my job. The fact that World Series of Fighting is going worldwide, that's something that I've always looked forward to, is to go in and represent the United States and other countries, Japan, Brazil, Canada. People in other countries, they look at MMA in a lot different way than we do over here, in the United States per se. So I want to go over there. I want them to acknowledge how much hard work I've been working my whole life towards this. I want them to see the technique, all the little things that really make me the fighter that I am, more so than these guys. Some people out here, they go to get drunk and see me try to kill someone is all they see. And that's not what I'm in there trying to do. I'm in there proving and showing that I've been working 20 years at this one goal, and that's I'm trying to perfect this. America, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah. When World Series of Fighting called out Bellator, Bellator has the number 4 and the number 5 guy in my weight class right now in the world, so that's an opportunity I would like, either one of those guys. Plus, I would like to prove with the World Series of Fighting that we are the number 2 promotion in the world right now, and we're trying to be the number 1 promotion. We have the talent. We have these guys that can compete with anybody in the world, such as myself, Karakani and Moraes, all these guys. So we're gonna keep taking these steps, and I hope Bellator takes that challenge, and I get to fight one of those guys. I'm from a really small town, Safford, Arizona. It's southeast Arizona, down there by Mexico, New Mexico. It's a really big mining town. My dad's been working in the mine for 30 years now. My brother's been there for 6 or 7. I have a cousin, an uncle, my grandpa. Both of my grandpa's retired from there. So it's really something that I pride myself. I love being. I'm from a town of hard work. Nothing is ever given to anybody in that town. We all feed off of each other. We all know each other by first name. It's really something that a lot of people don't get to experience. The closest city to me is 2 hours away. So I really had to depend on my neighbor. To grow up, to have friends, all that stuff. So, now that I've gone out here, and I'm putting myself and them on the map, they are behind me 1,000%. It's something that I can't ask, I couldn't dream about, they are really, and I'm able to help, the kids from there, they all see that they can do something now, and that's what I've really seen the biggest difference is, the kids in where I'm from, they really have aspirations to really do something with their lives now. Growing up in a small town, Safford, Arizona, it's awesome. I love to hunt, fish. We sit at the base of a 10,000 foot mountain. It's called Mount Graham. And then there's a river that runs through our valley, which is called the Gila Valley, is where I live. That's the county that I live in, is Gila Valley. So it's really, you can either go up to top of the 10,000 foot mountain, take a couple hours to get there, or you can go swim in the river. It's really a lot of things you can do. You could ride 4-wheelers from your house. You leave, you're in the desert in 2 minutes. You can take your car, go to the river, you take your dad's truck, get it stuck at any time. They're going to get upset about it, but there's stuff you could do at any time that that's really something you can't come, that I can't go do now that I live in Denver, Colorado. I've almost died one time in my life, and we were up on the mountain, Mount Graham, and there's it's called Fry Mesa, and it's a big reservoir, and there's some rocks that you can slide down into the reservoir. But I was up on this ledge, and it started raining, and it was really mossy. So once it started raining, that stuff gets really slippery, and I literally slipped, and there was about I'd say 30-40 foot waterfall, but it was there was no water. It was just all rocks, and I was sliding down, and I went back and looked for the rock. I don't know. There was a rock. I kicked it, and I popped up, and I just hugged it, and I can't even find that rock when I go back now. I don't know. It's crazy. So yeah, that was one time I almost died. This camp is going to be for a world title, so it's 5 5-minute rounds. That's a lot different from 3, obviously 3 5-minute rounds. I've really concentrated on, really making sure my legs are prepared for this fight, because, all the fights really that I've ever been in, and wrestling matches, I've been wrestling my whole life. The first thing that's ever gone to me is my legs. And, once your legs go, you can't pressure. I'm a pressure fighter. I like to suffocate my opponent and make them feel like, there's nowhere to go. So my coach, Trevor Whitman, has got me running hills, 3 times a week up in the mountain. We're going up to 10,000 feet in elevation and really getting my lungs burning. So, that's one thing that I've really been concentrating on this camp. When it comes to going out and putting on a show, it's for the fans. We all say that, we all want to, put on a good show for the fans, but I really come in here every day and put the hard work in for the people, for the fans that I know that are watching me, that I have already, been in contact with. And plus, I'm out there to make new fans. I know that my career can only be as good as many people that want to watch me perform. People don't want to see, there's a bunch of fighters out there that have a lot of fans, but, they're, in a way, they're losing their fans because they're not putting it out there on the line for everybody. We have one job, and that's to go out there for either 15 or 25 minutes and put your life on the line. We sign a contract that says anything could happen, and that's what we're there to do. So I go out there and I really try to put everything on the line for 15 or 25 minutes until it's over. The worst injury I've ever had was, in football my freshman year. I was the quarterback, and I was running the ball, and I just got a helmet directly right on the hand, and it snapped my wrist on the growth plate. Came out of the game, and my dad hauled butt down there and made me put my pads back on and tried to make me go back in. But my wrist was literally broken, so he felt bad after that. So that's the worst injury I've ever had. I've been really lucky. I've been cut a couple times. I've had some concussions. I guess I kind of forgot about all those because you don't really remember when you get knocked out. But I've been knocked out a couple times, so yeah, those were the good ones. My first job ever was washing dishes at my favorite Mexican food restaurant in Safford, and then I, eventually worked as a server. And then my first real job was I worked my one summer in the mine. I worked seven days a week, 14 hours a day for 2 months and 16 days. I took one sick day off because I had to. My dad almost killed me for that. So that was the worst job ever, but I made a ton of money to come up, and I had a good time my first year of college. My first car ever was a 1990 Ford pickup with no reverse. Top 3 pound for pound fighters, fast like Sam, John Jones, Jose Aldo, Cain Velasquez. Gamma Labs G Fuel, I take that before some of my workouts, especially my running workouts. I really feel, when I get to those high endurance times, they really kicks in and really helps me get past those, those really points where I got to break through those walls. Only us athletes that, really push ourselves to those really extreme limits are going to get to.
All right, we're on.